Herrera, Egan Bernal, Jesús Peña, okay?
Welcome, please sit down and live the experience. The jungle. This is Popayan, one of the first towns in Colombia in the times of the Spain colony. They brought us the Catholicism, and this is still a very important city in Colombia. Jungle, fruit, people, even different religions, because inside the jungle there are tribes, indigenous tribes with their own beliefs. So it's such a small territory, you can find so much biodiversity. It's a really nice place. I want you to visit, guys, someday. We saw before, but the real ones. This is a picture of the Tatacoa Desert, and a few kilometers later you can find the Chiribiquete Park. It's a really amazing national park in Colombia. Nice destiny for tourism.
Okay.
Right now, you're gonna watch a short video about this region.
Water and earth brought you here, to the Colombian massive. Ancestral origins. My name is Cachip, which means daughter of water. My parents brought me to this place when I was little, so I would learn that before us there were other peoples and other native cultures that have artistic and religious expressions very much like our own.
The mysterious Colombian Massif is the place where the most important rivers in the country are born. A place that feeds the Cauca, Magdalena, and Amazon basins. It's the heart of some of the most representative indigenous communities in the territory.
There are places in this land where we can find the knowledge of lost ancient cultures, such as Tierra Adentro.
That's right, Katy.
Water, so what is our mission in this Colombia of the future?
That is a great question, Cachipi, to which I have no answer. I am water. I cannot see the future.
I believe that by preserving our past and our culture, we can understand ourselves as part of the future.
I agree with you.
I'm going to show you something on this loom, the one my grandmother taught me to use. I remember the first time I visited the Las Lajas Sanctuary, a place my grandmother took me to as a child to sell our looms. It was the first time I came upon a faith different from mine. I was impressed. Then I visited Popayan to witness the celebration of the Holy Week. It opened my eyes to a world where we all have different beliefs, which we must respect.
Perhaps I know someone who might be able to answer your question. Show us your loom.
Part of our ancestors, the National Park of Chiribiquete.
It's huge.
It's a World Heritage Site, essential to the preservation of the planet's biodiversity and natural ecosystems. It's a true treasure.
It's so beautiful.
The River of Seven Colors is a great example of how water is life. Perhaps our future, indigenous or not, depends on taking care of everything we've been gifted, especially water.
Let's go back to my region. I want to take you to a very special place, Saita Manuel. The perfect place to gaze at the stars is the desert. For hundreds of years, the native peoples learned to follow the stars. We still look at them, so we don't forget where we come from. They are our GPS, leading the way to keep alive our ancestral wisdom. My grandparents taught me to look at the sky, but also to look at the earth, at the water, to know who I am.
Maybe that's the answer you were looking for. It's time for me to go, but the journey will continue to Ruben's Gallup.
here, where the sun sets, all the way to the Mavecure Hills, you'll find only virgin plains, epic sunsets, and an immense variety of flora and fauna. This is the Orinoquia. We, the Llaneros, learn to ride first and walk after. That's the way we are raised up. Here we grew up among estuaries, the biodiversity unlike any other. The Llanera culture speaks of cattle, horses, bolero and joropo. But if it's Colombian rhythm music, then follow the earth, and you'll happen upon a pleasant surprise.
Hello guys, welcome to Colombia. How are you tonight? Good? Okay, fantastic. Please come here and take your places here behind these beautiful taporas. Okay, so we are going to see one video about the ocean in Colombia and our culture. So here, let's
I'm sharing with you the wonders of the Colombia's greater Caribbean and Pacific. I am the air that blows through two oceans, flying through islands, breathing with diversity of colors, whistling through the jungles and the beaches.
Air is also the rhythm that lives and flows from the musical instruments. The Colombian Pacific vibrates with the sound of music, tradition, and ancestral heritage.
In the greater Colombian Caribbean, air is so important that we call vallenato just that, airs. Our whole life revolves around a big variety of rhythms and flavors.
Meet Jonathan and Shadia. Let's stop talking about rhythm. Let's show them. Jonathan, why don't you start?
Welcome to your first class of Pacific percussion. We're going to start with a simple rhythm using the drums in front of you. Now use your right hand first like this.
Right guys, come on.
Try to find the rhythm. Now your other hand like this. This is basic Urulao beat, which goes like this.
Come on. Come on.
Now we're gonna try to do another rhythm. This time we're gonna do a bunde. It goes something like this. The paradise we live in. One of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the world, where thousands of birds and fantastic underwater species live. We can even find humpback whales that come to give birth in our waters. But don't think that the Colombian Pacific is just beaches. It's also Cali, a vibrant city brimming with culture, entrepreneurship, design, and style. With a captivating and electrifying atmosphere, whether you're here on business or simply to have a good time. After all, Cali is the salsa capital of the world.
Did you say salsa? I would love to dance salsa.
Why don't you teach them a couple of simple steps?
Sure thing, Eric. Let's learn some basic salsa.
Let's try.
One, two, three,
Come on. Let me try.
Good job, everyone. That was great. Okay, so now let's switch to one of the greater Colombian Caribbean rhythms. Let's dance Mapale. Okay, everybody follow me. Arms out like this, and we are going to push up and down. Whole body is good. Okay. Okay, good job, everyone. That was great. Okay, let's catch our breath. The greater Colombian Caribbean enjoys a huge number of rhythms, thanks to a span of fascinating cultures, from the indigenous Wayuu to the Raizanes and Palenqueros. The rhythms such as vallenato, bolero, cumbia, which have been recognized as World Heritage, show the world that we are a land of contrasts.
It is true. As you start heading away from the sea, you will find beautifully quaint little towns in between rivers, marshes, and mountains. Indigenous civilizations, all with a rich cultural heritage.
The Barranquilla Carnival is a colorful celebration in which we get to express all the folklore and diversity of rhythms that make up the greater Colombian region. Just like the Carnival, we are a region filled with joy, color, and diversity. We always have people from all around the world who get to experience firsthand our warmth.
It's impossible not to get caught up in the rhythm of these two regions. Their love of life is also reflected in productivity and entrepreneurship, in the creation of industry and renewable energies. This is a place that's quite simply impossible not to fall in love with.
So now you know we'll be expecting you. Jonathan, get over here. I want to bid farewell to our guests with a dance. Hey, Jonathan.
Are we dancing champeta?
Yes, sir. We are.
Okay.
Join in, don't be shy.
You can definitely feel the rhythm of flavor in the air.
You could feel the
ഫോൺ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടാണ് ആ സംഭവം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സമ്മതിക്കണം, അത് ഏത് ആളെ ഇതായാലും ഐഡിയ ആയാലും സമ്മതിക്കണം. എക്സ്പോ ആക്കിയിട്ട് കാണിച്ചു തന്നിട്ടുള്ളത് കാണിക്കുന്നത് ശരിക്കും കൊളംബിയ വേറെ വൈകിട്ടല്ലേ. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ എന്താ പറയാ, മറ്റേ മാർവലിന്റെ സിനിമ
അജോ മിഷനെ കുറിച്ചിട്ട് രണ്ടു വാക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, അല്ല നിങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുള്ള അഭിപ്രായം എന്താണ് ഈ മിഷനെ പറ്റിയിട്ട്? Wow.
Welcome.
One minute.
Welcome.
എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ കേൾക്കും. നെല്ലോ എന്താ സംഭവം? അദാനി സിസ്റ്റംസ് എഴുതിയുണ്ടോ? അദാനി ഇന്ത്യൻ്റെ അല്ലേ? കുഴപ്പമില്ല. നോക്കൂ, വെള്ളം ഫിൽട്ടർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇതാ മതി. പിന്നെന്താണ് എയർപോർട്ടിൽ എന്താണ് സ്കാനിങ് മെഷീൻ? നമ്മൾ എയർപോർട്ടിലൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാണെങ്കിൽ അത് സ്കാനറൊക്കെ സാധനം കൂടെ വിട്ട പാക്കേജ് ക്ലിയർ ചെയ്യാം. പിന്നെ ഇത് ഇലക്ട്രോണിക് കാറ്, ഇലക്ട്രോണിക് വ്യൂ കാറ്. ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇതാണ് കാണിക്കുന്നത്. റോബോട്ട് മെഷീൻ. ബെലാറസിൻ്റെ പവലിയൻ വിസിറ്റ് കൂടുതലും ടെക്നോളജിക്കാണ് മെയിനായിട്ട് പ്രാധാന്യം കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ മുഖത്ത് വിസിറ്റ് കിട്ടും. ബസ് മെട്രോ, അവരെ മെട്രോ ആണിത്. ഇതൊരു ഭാവിയിൽ എങ്ങനെ എനർജീനെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാന്നുള്ള പോലത്തെ ഒരു സംഭവമാണ്. ഒരു ഡെമോ കാണിച്ചത് സംഭവം തന്നെ അല്ലേ? ഇത് വേറെ സംഭവമല്ല. കണ്ടതിലിപ്പോൾ 4 രാജ്യങ്ങൾ വിസിറ്റ് ചെയ്തതിൽ ചൈനൻ്റെ കാവാണ്ട പൊതുവെ ചൈന കണ്ടിട്ട് ചൈനയുടെ ഒരു കാർ കോൺസെപ്റ്റാണ്.
These sites are not working, only these two are working. This is the heartbeat where you can feel your own heartbeat. Then you're gonna see it's a pattern, beat wrong, and then say no. That's it to be. Then it's gonna make a ringing noise, which means it's going to move into its pattern.
അവർക്കിടാറുന്നായിരുന്നോ? അവർ നോക്കാം കേട്ടോ കേട്ടോ. സ്വിറ്റ്സർലാൻഡിനെ കുറിച്ച് 2 വാക്ക്. സ്വിറ്റ്സർലാൻഡിനെ കുറിച്ച് 2 വാക്ക് പറയാറുണ്ടാൽ സ്വിറ്റ്സർലാൻഡിൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധ സംഭവങ്ങളും ഇവിടെ ഒരു സെറ്റാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഒരു സ്വിറ്റ്സർലാൻഡ് പോയ പോലെ ഉണ്ട് ഇവിടെ കയറിയിട്ട്. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മളിതാ സ്വിറ്റ്സർലാൻഡിലേക്ക് കയറിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. താങ്ക് യു.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, mashallah. Guys, ഒന്നും കാണുന്നില്ല. സംഭവം ആകെ ഒരു പുകട്ടൂടർ അറിഞ്ഞില്ലേ? മാഷാഅല്ലാ. അതായിരിക്കും ഇവര് ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവുക. ഒരു വസ്തു അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും കാണില്ല, ആകെ ഈ ലൈന് കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓഹോ, ഇവിടെ കുറച്ച് ആൾക്കാരെ കാണാണ്ട് നമുക്ക്. സംഭവം ഇവര് സാനിറ്റൈസ് ചെയ്താൽ തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ. എനിവേ അടിപൊളിയാണ്. മാഷാ അല്ലാ, മാഷാ അല്ലാ, മാഷാ അല്ലാ. ഓഹോ, ഇത് വേറെന്തൊരു സംഭവം. ഇതെന്താണെന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്കിവിടെ സ്കാൻ ചെയ്താൽ അറിയാൻ കഴിയും ഇതെന്താണ് സംഭവം ഇവർ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളതെന്ന്. കൊള്ളാല്ലേ?